What is going on, YouTube? PPS here. Past the prop time coming at you guys for this huge MLB slate today. Joined as always by my guy Stu. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty solid, doing pretty good. I mean, like you said, we got a nice MLB slate. We've had a pretty good week so far. I'm just excited to kind of get back into it, get some plays out today. I had the Women's World Cup yesterday, got beat up a little bit in that, lost my over bet thanks to Spain hitting the crossbar like 40 times. So shout out Spain for that one. So got a little bit, got to make a little bit of money back. I'm going to Chicago in a little bit as well. I'm going to be spending a lot of money up there. So it's time for a good week. It's time to really lock in and, pay for that trip a little bit early.
Yeah, when are you getting in? When are you getting in up here?
19th. I'll be there 19 to 23, I think.
What is that, next weekend?
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah.
All right, we might be able to do something on that Saturday afternoon. I got a golf outing that morning. Should go quick though. It's 18, pretty easy course. Maybe Saturday afternoon. I know I might be going to that Packer preseason game as well. So I'm not tossed up on those, but we can figure something out for sure. We'll find something. I'm sure I even Sunday I might be able to find my way down there. I'm sure for a huge MLB slate or something. We'll figure something out. I'm sure. But yeah, now that we're kind of looking into this slate a little bit, before we get into it fully, let's go through our recap here, and we'll go from there. I know Freeman was reliable again, huh?
Oh yeah. Freddie Freckles gets the job done once again. Shout out. And then Bohm was the guy that did not get the job done. One hit, grounded into a bunch of like double plays and stuff like that. I think, was this the no-hit day as well?
That was my boy Lorenzen. Yeah, he ended up coming through.
I was actually going to shit talk Lorenzen on the show too. I'm so glad I didn't get to do that. Like, I was so serious. I was going to make fun of his delivery at the end of the show. I had a couple things ready to go, and I just totally forgot. So thank God. I've already embarrassed myself enough shitting on guys that do good things. So right after Joan Adon almost threw a perfect game, if I got on here and started hating on Lorenzen, oh boy, that would be rough. So glad I narrowly avoided that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I did end up playing Lorenzen over 17 and a half outs as a parlay piece. It was like minus 175 or something like that. But no, dude, it's interesting because when you watch Lorenzen throw, he does throw weird. It's just because he is so jacked that there's no other way to do it, right? You see all these guys pitching. You don't see guys look like that in pitch, right? Like there's very, very few guys who can throw the ball hard that actually have like the muscle mass that Michael Lorenzen has. Like, that dude is literally just straight up jacked. Like, you should see his like workouts. I don't know if it was YouTube or who posted it. I did see like a couple of his workouts when he was with the Reds, and the dude is just shredded, and you just don't see that, especially because most pitchers obviously rely on flexibility and mobility, rotator cuff stuff up here. So it's like when you see a dude look like that and throw that hard, you got to find ways to make it work.
Yeah, very fair. You have a little bit more of a pitching coach perspective than I do. I'm more looking at why the fuck are you throwing it like that? You know what I mean?
But yeah, no, congrats to him. Obviously, Phillies obviously came through and did their thing there. Funny part is, I just picked him up in fantasy this week when I saw him playing the Nationals. He made it to my starting lineup and then no hits him. Unfortunately, he still had a whip of like 0.4 because the fucker walked 4 guys. And I was going to take 8 days off where I thought I was getting a double start. So, of course, that all is fun. Yeah, all the fun stuff of managing the fantasy baseball life there. I ended up going straight. Dude, this is like my 3rd time in a row going straight evens, man. Cubs come through. Made it a little sweaty at the end, but it was like 1-1 through 4 innings, something like that. And then, boom, the implosion is bound to happen. Peterson got lit up a little bit towards the end, but it was pretty good overall. Ended up catching that one. Devers did absolutely zilch. That Red Sox team, man, they looked like ass in that series. I know they won a couple of those games, but just really, really difficult to see how much money they're spending and just them do nothing with it. They were awful in that whole series pretty much. So hopefully they can turn it around as I have my boy Duvall on my fantasy team. We're getting close to playoffs, boy. Let's get it going here a little bit. Let's start picking up the pace. We need that. We need you to start earning your keep there. Also, I'm gonna have to throw him on the bench for Esteri Ruiz or Rengifo. So those are the two guys fighting for that spot, and he's going to definitely be getting to take it from him because he's been awful.
Hey, well, we'll talk about my guy Estri in a little bit today. So, I got something to say there.
And got that out of the way, ready to roll in here. 10 of you guys in here in the first 5 minutes. I didn't even tweet it out yet, so I'll make sure I go hit yours and talk about that. Let's take a look here at who's in the chat. We got Brian, first guy in here. Friday vibes. Let's get it. Richard coming in here. I feel like I'm in the wrong Zoom meeting. Hey, just throw that little AirPod in there. You just nod your head in those meetings. I'm sure you'll be doing all right, my guy. Hopefully we'll be able to make you some money today. Stu, what game are we looking at today? I know we had a full slate of action. You can go a lot of places today.
You can go a lot of places. I'm going to say the Cubs Blue Jays is going to be my answer. Obviously, I mean, it's kind of hard not to. Cubs are obviously doing a lot right now. You know this as a Brewers fan, like we said, with that big flag in the background. Very important games. Both of these teams are playing for a lot right now. It should be a pretty good one. And I like fading Assad as well on the mound. So that'll be a good one. But to be honest, that's a little bit of a lie. Favorite game of the day, Nationals Astros, baby. I've been waiting for this series for a while. I love when my team gets to roll around in the dirt. That's going to be fun. So that's actually my favorite game. I knew I'd be roasted for that one, so I had to lead with a little misdirection right there.
Well, first off, I have to just blatantly call you out for saying Astros because that's absolute disrespect to the Astros. I don't care if they cheated for 50 years. You don't compare the Astros to the A's. That is disgusting. That is a really, really tough start for you today, Stu. Making fun of Alec, calling him Alex. Now comparing a team that is probably a AAA roster to a top 3 team in the AL. Oh my gosh, Kyle Tucker's gonna come to your place and probably have some words with you.
Well, I'm working on about 10 hours of sleep this whole week combined, so you guys get what you pay for. You know, it is what it is.
I think one that I do want to watch is gonna be the Padres Diamondbacks game. That's gonna be one I want to watch. But I think the most interesting game is going to be that late night hammer, Rangers-Giants. Rangers having John Gray, obviously Scott Alexander more of an opener. But why is this line there, dude? I think the Rangers are still, I think outside of the Braves, the best team in the MLB, in my opinion, just on pure talent. This roster is so good. They're minus 115 in San Francisco tonight. I'm really curious to see why that is. This Giants team has been struggling. They went into that Angels series. The Angels were cold, obviously lost like 6 in a row. Then they lose the series there. I'm kind of concerned with this. I want to bet on the Rangers, but again, these lines, I just feel like it should be like minus 140 on that side. I know John Gray hasn't been great, but it's a pitching upgrade or a pitching park upgrade here. Obviously, you're going to one of the best places to pitch. I would definitely give the advantage to John Gray over any of those bulk relievers in like Alex Wood or Mania, any of those guys. I'm not really as worried about, right? I mean, it's not like they're facing Logan Webb here. So I'm up in the air on why that game is where it's at. I'm curious to see where it ends up closer to first pitch because it's not like they're losing Seager, not like he's out anymore. Semion's in there, Adolis in there. I mean, the only guy missing is Jonah Heim, and Mitch Garver is damn top 10 catcher in the MLB anyway in terms of hitting. So I'm really curious to see what's going on with that one, and I think it's enough to just kind of keep me away. And I love righties against them anyway. So I know Javon's mentioned Stripling. I like that even more. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I did just watch, obviously, Alex Wood throw, I think, 1 or 2 days ago. So I was going to say it had to be somebody else. And I mean, the Rangers are one of the best teams against righties too. So it's, again, I just don't understand where the line is, why it's there. And that might be enough to keep me away. But it's just an interesting spot for me to look at for sure.
Yeah, no, that will be a good game. Obviously, we talked about the Giants a good amount. They're a scrappy team. They do stay in a lot of these fights. And like you said, the gray kind of road home splits are normally a big deal when we talk about them. But I don't know. That'll be a good one. I don't really have a strong take on who I think is going to win just because the line is a little bit trappy right there. And I wish my guy Josh Jung was in the lineup too. Whenever we get a lefty right there, I miss that. I miss just locking in that home run bet on those nights. But I agree. That should definitely be a very competitive game.
Yeah, I don't think Alexander's going to go much more than 3 batters there, getting to face Seager and Lowe, which I see a lot of these guys kind of do against the Rangers is how good they are against right-handed pitching there. So I guess we can get started. We got 18 of you guys in here. You guys are coming in by the bunches. Appreciate you guys popping in. We hit 40 likes last show. Thank you guys for doing that. Hopefully we get to 50 today with this awesome slate that we have on the board. Now kick it over to you, Stu, to start us off here. I mean, not much more you have to say about this guy anymore.
Yeah, we're going right back to the well. I mean, I bet Freddie Freeman. I believe now this is our 4th consecutive show. It's not like, the secret's in the bag anymore. It's just, once again, the hottest hitter in baseball right now. Absolutely destroying every matchup he's in. And now they're heavily favored in a matchup against Gomber. He's in over 500 just in general, right? Over his last 30 days. Last 15 days, over 400 in his last 30 days. And then when you look at lefties alone over his last 30 days, he's hitting 538 against lefties. It's never really mattered that much Freeman left or right. The only thing I'm really worried about, and we always talk about this, is walks, right? That's always the concern. A very patient batter, perfectly fine with taking his walks. A stacked lineup, you want to get on base any way possible. So I am considering getting to the runs scored as well. It's minus 130, which I was kind of surprised by, to be honest. I was thinking around minus 160. So I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see that, hop up on my card a little bit later today, as well as 2+ hits was plus 190. I mean, Freddie Freeman, if you look at the game logs, multi-hit game after multi-hit game after multi-hit game, right? We do like the over total basis, though, because it obviously gives us so many different paths to victory, whether it's the home run, the double. He's averaging over 3.2 total bases over his last 15 games. That's insane. I know it's weird to say that, right? Like when you think about it, that's such a high average, 3.2 total bases per game. That's what he's doing right now. Absolutely no reason for me to turn around. Great matchup right here. I'm going to keep playing this until it's, minus 125, minus 130. And maybe I'll still play it then. But right now, if it's minus 107 over at Bet Rivers, I'm going to keep putting that ticket in 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's almost like that Ranger spot, right? Why is it there? Why are they hanging me a better price against a worse pitcher? Understand the walks are obviously a huge concern, especially with how good Freeman has been in this run here. But I mean, the rest of that Dodgers lineup is struggling, man. I watched that game last night. My God, dude, that was tough to watch. Black just nuke those dudes. Of course, I had him under 15.5 outs, and he just started shoving. And then Lipitor, my God.
That was the first time he made it 6 innings in 4 years. I don't know if you saw that. 4 years.
I checked it too, and he was out for a couple months and comes back and just shoves on him. I mean, I don't even think the Dodgers make it out of NL anyway. I think the Braves absolutely destroy them. Like, I don't even think it's close. Like, I might be blocking in the Braves. After watching last night's performance, if they're that bad against lefties, what's Max Fried going to do to you? I mean, obviously got lit up by the Pirates, but my God, that was embarrassing. Same thing for the Rays. That is really bad look. I don't even think, the Rays don't even deserve it, man. That was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. But hey, we'll move on. I'm going to be going with this one. I had another play locked in, but the juice started coming in a little bit too much. So you guys know we got to keep it a little bit less juicy here. I'm going to be rolling with the Twins, first 5 over 5.5. Obviously, Dallas Keuchel on the hill for the Twins, second start back. I know he burned all of us. I think this is a good time to go right back to it because I think everybody will be off of it, right? I think everybody's going to be like, dude, this guy screwed me over last time. I got to make sure I don't go back there or I'll just avoid this game in general. Dude still gave up 8 hits, man. And I know there was a lot of soft contact in that game. But this is not a spot where I want a guy who lets people put the ball in play, right? You got the Phillies at home, man. This is a place where this ball is going to be flying. Obviously, Trey Turner coming up, finally playing some ball. Alec Boehm doing his thing. He's been hot. And also, I mean, you can look at the whole thing from last game. Those guys were chasing so bad. Like, the balls weren't even in close to the zone, and they were getting swings. You look at this, or last year's numbers, obviously, 349 to righties, 353 to lefties. Both sides really have no issues there with a strikeout rate on both sides at 16 for righties, 10 for lefties. There is too much power in this lineup for me to want to let these guys put the ball in play. Real Muto goes deep yesterday. Turner goes deep yesterday. Yeah, Castellanos swinging a very hot bat to go along with Bryson Stott, who hits lefties well, right? This is a tough lineup to navigate, especially if you're not going to miss bats. And that's just one side of these, right? Christopher Sanchez this year only about a 20% K rate against righties. And the Twins are going to roll out probably 8 right-handed bats in this lineup. Like, outside of Kepler, I don't think there's anybody else who's going to be from the left side today. They're not going to play Wallner. They haven't shown that he's playing against lefties anyway. But, I mean, Polanco hits better from the right side. You got Buxton up top. Jeffers has just absolutely nuked left-handed pitching this year. I swear every time he plays, he hits a home run. It is crazy. It's like Riley Adams for you guys, right? Anytime he just plays against the lefty, the dude just hits absolute nukes. So I like both sides in this game. I like both team totals, so why not just play this spot? I don't want to mess around with the bullpens, even though they're not great. I think this one starts fast and in a hot area out there, in a pitcher's nightmare out there in that park. That ball should be flying around. Tons of power on the Twin sides. If he's not going to be able to miss too many bats, I think this is a tough spot for him.
Yeah, no, I like this. I think Sanchez, too, is one of those guys that the stats on paper are really good, but when you look at the baseball savant, like you said, when you look at those strikeout rates, he's not necessarily someone that I'm as scared of as, other guys that maybe might hop off the page like that. And as we saw, the Royals got to him in his last start, finally, put up some runs right there. So I like that side of it. And obviously, Dallas Keuchel. I mean, fading Dallas Keuchel has been a national holiday on gambling Twitter. And the reason it's a holiday is because we can only do it 4 times a year because the guy gets cut everywhere he goes, right? So we have one good start where we allow 2 runs on like 8 hits or something like that, and we're supposed to be scared of this guy now. No, this Phillies lineup obviously just got a nice little warm-up series against the Nationals. They were raking down there. Now they get arguably an even worse pitcher than they faced in any of those games right there. Love this matchup. I wish we could get the 5 even if there's a little juice. I like that push right there. I don't normally go super high, but it's Dallas Keuchel, man. You got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was just the plate discipline in that game was absolutely horrendous, dude. Like, it was – these pitches weren't even getting to the plate, and they were swinging at this shit. So, I mean, that's, I guess, more to look at on the side of – let me take a look. I remember I watched that game. It was Arizona. Like, that was embarrassing. Christian Walker looked like ass. Corbin Carroll just kept rolling over everything like that. I mean, they're struggling, though. They're going from a struggling team to a Phillies team who is hitting nukes, and they're at home. That's what I'm saying. Like, Diamondbacks suck right now, dude. They're terrible. Like, I don't even know why. That's another one. Let me take them on a tangent here. Why are they only plus 136 against Snell and Ryan Nelson? I get it, dude. I love Ryan Nelson, but I only take them on the road, man. I don't take them at home. I think they get murdered today, and they can't hit anyway. God damn.
Should we just lock that in right now? That feels like I didn't even really look too close at that game yet. It feels like a very good price.
I wish I could do a same game parlay of Blake Snell 2 walks at minus 900. Throw it in there and get me. You can
on DraftKings now. You can parlay lower walks in the same game. You have to do same game parlay.
Oh, but you hit the same game.
Yeah,
I don't usually go through the same game parlay, but dude,
they only added it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's new.
It might be a max play, bro.
Hey,
actually,
man, check it out.
That might be the worst thing, dude. Let's take a look here. They didn't even put it on there. Those guys are scared, bro.
Not up.
They're so scared. They don't put up Blake Snell walks on the same game parlay. They have Ryan Nelson walks, but no Blake Snell walks. Damn.
I'm about to rant about the same thing in a minute, so we can just segue right in if you want.
All right, let's do that. We'll kick over to you.
Okay, we're going Esteury Ruiz plus 110 for a stolen base right here. We're playing it for a half unit, pretty much for the same reason you just said right there. If you guys don't know, you can parlay a stolen base in the DraftKings same game parlay for a better price across the board. They always have a better price in the SGP than they do in the regular. Guess who's the one guy in this game that's not listed in the same game parlay feature? It's Esteury Ruiz. Do you want to know why? Because he's only plus 110 steal a base. Do you want to know why? He's the fastest guy in the fucking league. I love this guy. Before the season started, we were over on John Legaze's show. I gave out over 29 and a half stolen bases. He is 43 at this point in the season. So that ticket has long been cashed by the halfway mark. Just got back from injury. We're a couple games back. I believe he's 5 games back in August so far. He has 3 stolen bases so far. He's gotten on base in 3 games. He's stolen a base in 2 of those 3 games so far. The issue is really getting on base right here. Joanna Doan. Woo! Baby! Talk about regression. Congrats on the perfect game, buddy. I've watched you a little bit too long to fall for that, though. He didn't have a perfect game. He had it through 5 innings. We all gave him congrats for that. Then he got blown up, and I think we lost the game. I don't remember exactly, but either way, we're getting a lot of Twitter credit for something that I really don't believe is very sustainable whatsoever, right? I mean, like I said, I've watched this guy pitch a lot over the course of last season, over the course of this season so far. The command was a little bit better. The off-speed stuff was a little bit better, but even if this guy has his good stuff, we're still talking about a guy that's going to walk a couple guys per outing, going to give up a couple bombs per outing. There's not really much control. We saw a little bit of control last outing. I don't really have any faith. He's going to really have to prove to me that he can control where the ball goes over these next couple spots. So it's pretty much one of my favorite pitchers we could possibly get right here. Ruiz doesn't walk too much. Unfortunately, he only has a couple this month. He's not really getting on base that way, but he's a scrappy little guy that I trust to get on base any way possible. And guess what? My guy, Keibert Ruiz, he fucking sucks behind the plate, man. We can't throw anyone out. He can't frame a pitch to save his life. Let's get these robo-ums here. I love my guy, Riley Adams. He does provide a little bit more defense, but we only play him against lefties. If you look at Ruiz's stats, it does look like he throws people out. It's because he has like 4 back picks on the season. We have 1 move. We have a first base back pick, and then I think we got 1 guy at third base. So if you look, you go, oh, he is throwing people out. No, take that out. They combine all that together, right? When you look at just the stolen base attempts, it is not good. I really have no faith whatsoever. The only thing that would make this better would be if Luis Garcia wasn't sent down to AAA, because half the time it felt like the guy was just staring into space when a ball got thrown down there and would just completely miss it. So we got Jake Alou. I don't have much confidence in him, being an amazing tagger or anything like that. But I love Ruiz. I don't love this price. I was hoping to get it in the SGP. It would probably be around minus 130, plus 130, plus 140. That's what it normally was. And I was just going to parlay it with like the Nationals to score 1 run, just so I could get that slightly better price right there. I'm going to do that later in the day. We'll post it on Twitter. I'll post it in the comments or on Picket if they do give me that option. If not, then I'll probably just double up. I told you after last show, I'm playing Ruiz stolen base every single day against the Nationals. This is the fastest guy in the league. He gets on base, he's going to steal a base. I don't care. I have no confidence in the Nationals whatsoever. Let's get it done.
Yeah, no, he's single-handedly winning me my stolen base category this week just on one time on the base pass. Right? Yep. He's one of the few guys who will do it on.
Can I ladder this? I can ladder this, right?
I think
I
don't
can.
know.
I don't ever do that because I'm not.
I've never tried it. But yeah, no, he's phenomenal and one of the top guys in hit by pitches as well. That's why I was going like this. Dude just throws that elbow out there. If he does bat leadoff, I bet you this shit goes negative, right? That's gonna be like minus 105 because he's been batting 9 lately. He should be at the top of the lineup. Tony Kemp is fucking ass. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but yeah, I did just see this. I just was about to talk about Alek Manoah getting sent down. We just talked about Mr. Dallas Keuchel coming up for his chance back up in the league. Alek Manoah getting swapped down. Yeah, it's been one of those years. Hugh, I don't really look into anything from last year anymore. We have enough data now. I don't really care unless it's a guy like Dallas Keuchel because Dallas Keuchel only has 1 start this year, right? Stuff like that. But Snell last year was under 10% to both sides, 9.8 and 9.6. Dude has a 14% walk rate to both sides this year, bro. Like it's way too big of a difference in sample size now. He's got almost, I think, let me check how many innings he has this year. It's 123 innings. Yeah, that's plenty of sample size to know this dude's walking a fuckload of batters. Almost, I think he's got the most walks in the league on just right-handed batters. 59 walks to just righties, right? And that's not even counting I think he has 13 to the lefties. So it's like, bro, it's pretty wild to me. And you talk about Freddie Freeman being your old reliable. I get my old reliable coming back today, and that's Adam Wainwright hits, baby. Going right back to Adam Wainwright, over 6.5 hits allowed, minus 125. I am still upset. I'm very still upset from the last time I bet this before he faked his injury, where he got blown up so bad. He walked 3 dudes and then only gave up 6 hits, right? That's why I'm so pissed at this. I love this spot. The Royals are hot right now, dude. They're they're sneaky, man. These guys are sneaky. You go in last 15 days, that covers 13 games for the Royals. They are 4th in MLB in OPS, 283 batting average, 819 OPS. This team is full of these speedsters, right? You still got Sal Perez, you got Bobby Witt. If you look at Michael Garcia's hit, it's minus 410. You look at Massey, right? Michael Massey, minus 320, right? This is crazy. The line's on for him to give up hits. that 3-walk spot was an anomaly there, in my opinion. Right, he's got 25 walks on the year, but he's usually pretty consistent in the zone, especially versus righties with only a 5% walk rate. Obviously, we talk about his left-handed struggles, 400 batting average allowed to lefties this year. The dude has just been absolutely hit around. Doesn't really matter where it is either. Hopefully, with how deep he's been getting into games, he usually tries to get like that 5-inning mark. If we can get 5 innings, I think he gives this up. I think the Royals are scrappy enough to find a way to get these guys on base. They're hot right now, seeing the ball well. They just had that series in Boston where they did have to face, Pivetta, who's not bad, right? Paxton, who's not bad. And they put up some decent numbers in that series, and obviously still continue to be in the top 5 over the last 2 weeks in OPS. I love fading Wainwright. Dude is not able to strike out anybody. I bet you I could make contact on this dude right now, dude. And I haven't swung a bat in a minute. So 11% K rate to lefties, 13 to righties. Woo, man, dude. The only thing I wish is that it was Greinke versus Wainwright, so I could see a guy, first guy to 88 wins. That's what that would be. Whoever gets that gets a run automatically, because I don't think either of them would get there.
Yeah, no, I really like this spot right here. Wainwright versus Greinke would actually be hilarious.
That would be awesome. I literally would pay to watch that. On just watching how far the hitters stand up in the box to see how slow that ball is getting to them.
Yeah, but you mentioned a lot of guys. You didn't even mention Bobby Witt as well. I think that's someone I will definitely be sprinkling for a homer. I know the lefty splits obviously do jump off the page, but I mean the everything splits jump. If you just took away the lefty splits and put in the righty splits for his whole stat, right, we'd still want to fade Adam Wainwright all the time. So I like Bobby Witt. Obviously, he's barreling up baseballs right now. I love this prop. Only thing is, I guess I normally go to earned runs as well, just because I'm worried about the walks. But I did like that 5% walk rate to righties you dropped right there. That's a very low number, obviously.
Yeah, no, and dude, it's because you're gonna try and stack with lefties. He has like a 9% to lefties, but my God, 400 batting average, dude. Like the hard hit rate is wild. It's crazy, absolutely nuts. What we're seeing, inconsistency and being terrible from Adam Wainwright, bro. It's pretty funny. All right, let's go through a quick recap. We're at 28 minutes. You guys know 30-35 is where we like to keep you at, so you can get in, get out. Get those plays locked in. Obviously got quite a bit of time before first game. This isn't a Wednesday show. You know how Wednesday shows go. They're right away. You got to grab it. You got to throw it in. You got a little time today. Let's go through a recap. I got my long shot ready. Hopefully you have one too, Stu. And I'll kick it over to you for your recap.
Yeah, I texted it to you. We got Freddie Freeman over 1.5 total bases, -107 over on Bet Rivers. And then we got Esteury Ruiz to get a stolen base, +110 for half a unit over on DK. And remember, we're waiting for them to put it in the SGP so we can, parlay it with something at like -900 just to get those slightly better odds.
Sounds good. I'm going to be on Wainwright over 6.5 hits allowed, -125. And I'm on the Twins, first 5 over 5.5 at -104. I did see that you sent me a long shot, but when I look at it on my phone, it just popped up the first 2 lines of your stuff, so I didn't even see the fourth line there. So I'll kick it over to you for your long shot.
Yeah, this one barely qualifies as this category. We normally do get a little bit higher. I mean, obviously we had the Nats home run parlay last time, but this really jumped out. I mean, like I said, I do a home run tweet every single morning. I look at the odds for every guy every morning, and Judge being at 300 is very odd, right? That immediately jumps off the page. So instantly go over. Luzardo's a great pitcher, but Luzardo's a fly ball pitcher that when he does get beat, he gets beat for homers, right? This isn't a guy that you're going to, lose, allowing 8 hits in a game and no homers, right? This is a guy that you beat with the long ball right here. And I mean, the numbers back it up, right? Luzardo, 10.3% barrel percentage so far this season, 33% fly ball rate on the season, 38 fly ball percent over the last 15 days. Well, I think that's 2 starts. So pretty small sample size. When you look at Aaron Judge, 500 ISO against left-handed pitching on the season. This is a guy crushes baseballs. I don't need to tell you that Aaron Judge is good at baseball, but +300 is a good price for Aaron Judge, no matter who he's facing. I know Luzardo is a good pitcher, but like I said, when he gets beat deep. I'm going to trust Aaron Judge to get the job done and hope he does not get walked like 5 times today.
I don't think you got to worry about walks with Luzardo. He's been way better. I've been betting his under 1.5 walks.
But why would you pitch to Judge? Why would you pitch to Judge? This lineup sucks.
Dude, Jesus Luzardo at home is just a fucking wizard, man. That's why I've been backing him every single time. It is such a big difference. If this was at Yankee Stadium, I bet that this number would be like 200, right? That's the reason why this is 300, right? Because the dude's allowing a 305 slugging at home. Dude, it's just such a big park. Like, obviously, Judge can get it out of there, but Luzardo's shit is nasty. I don't know what it is at home. It's been last year as well. I think he's allowed 2 homers, or no, not 2 homers. He's allowed 6 homers in 78 innings at home. But Judge, obviously, if he makes contact, that ball's going. So
I was gonna say that's a problem with like 95% of home run bettors. But like I said, I agree with you. As soon as I saw the 300, I was like, oh, this is 100% in Marlins Park, like 1,000%. But yeah, if there are 3 hitters in baseball that can fairly easily lift it that far, that consistently, I think Aaron Judge is one of those guys.
Yeah, and this might be a spot where you're almost getting, like, if you get, Luzardo 6 innings, hopefully you get 2 at-bats in that pen, because that pen I'm not really worried about as well. Obviously, Tanner Scott is absolutely disgusting. That man is nasty. But outside of him, I'm not really a fan of this bullpen. I mean, I know they picked up Robertson and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know how this game's going to go. But, yeah, I'm also an extreme Jesus Luzardo fan, so when I see him at home, I'm never going to touch anything on the other side. Let me take a look at mine. Obviously, Stu gave me a nice little present here at plus 300. So your boy's going higher. And I could have just played one of these, but I'm going Cardinals first 5 over 7.5. Twins first 5 over 6.5. 2 spots I want to play already. Straight at their normal numbers. Why not ladder it up here? I think that Keuchel gets lit up. I think that Sanchez gives up a lot of power, and especially if he's going to be facing 8 right-handed bats, obviously a lower strikeout rate. But this Twins team's got some pop, man. I like this Twins spot. I think that they're going really undervalued here today just because of how much they strike out to righties, right? But we got Sanchez out there, man. We got a lefty. I think we're going to see some pop from that side. And obviously, I love fading Dallas Keuchel. I love fading Wainwright, too. So it's the best of both worlds. We're getting both of them in here. 7.5, both sitting around plus 250 to plus 280 on FanDuel there. So I really like this spot. Cardinals, I think, should have a field day as well. I don't even know. I think it's a long relief guy. I know they have an opener today in Coleman. I've seen him throw a few times. He's pretty good, but I don't expect him to go more than 2 innings. So I think this Cardinals team definitely woke up the bats a little bit in Tampa. Tough place to hit historically for pretty much every road team, right? So I think this is a nice little bounce back spot for them to continue hitting, and obviously fade Adam Wainwright to the moon.
Yeah, no, and I did see too. I don't know who posted this, but Nolan Arenado has like insane splits whenever he plays in Kansas City as well, or against Kansas City, I believe. So I don't know. That was kind of random, but I do like the spot right here. We talked about the Twins side earlier, the offensive upside that's possible. And yeah, man, let's continue to fade both of these pitchers, right? I see nothing wrong with this right here.
Yeah, you find those guys you like. Hugh bringing up Freddie Freeman, Castellanos hitting Snell 6Ks, boosted to plus 204. I wish I could boost that to 6 walks at plus 10,000. I take that probably just as much as I would take the 204 there. Because my God, dude, watching Blake Snell pitch is just like, it's the three outcomes: walk, strikeout, or dinger, right? Those are really all the things that are going to happen. Doesn't give up too many hits, but obviously Freddie Freeman being all reliable. I assume Castellanos is going to be around that 275 to 300. And Snell 6K should definitely be giving you plus EV on that. Not a bad look at all.
Yeah, funnily enough, the last thing I said before the show started was I'm going to be betting on Castellanos at some point today as well, coming in with some good form and a good matchup. So I'm glad you mentioned that. I'll tell you on that right there. I like that little combo. Obviously, I already have some Freddie exposure, but I like that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Stu, what do you got for the people here today before we head on out, heading into this weekend, and obviously a fun little slate tonight?
Yeah, really not much. I mean, I'll probably have another baseball player or two out on Twitter, but obviously leave a like here. Like we said, we're getting close to NFL season. It's very important, the likes, all that stuff. I know it takes about 5 seconds, to be honest. I watched YouTube for like 8 years before I did this. I don't think I ever left a like on a video, but it actually does matter to us, believe it or not, even if it's only, 1 or whatever. So leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you're on. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I'm fucking tired, bro. I'm trying to win some bets, take a long nap, enjoy that money, and do it all again on Monday.
For sure, for sure. And yeah, Castellanos Stinger plus 480 on FanDuel, not a bad look. Like I said, that ballpark's gonna be playing like a pinball machine, man. That ball's gonna be flying everywhere tonight out there in Philly. I know it's hot out there. It's hot over here as well, man. Brewers heading into Chicago, facing the White Sox today. Woo, Michael Kopech, baby. I might even sprinkle that 10Ks, bro. God damn. Like, that guy's going to give up 4 nukes, probably strike out every other guy. So, probably end up with 95 pitches by the third, though. So, we'll see what happens. I'm really excited. We've got a fun slate, got a fun UFC card this weekend. I know we'll be talking golf as always, Stu. But again, hit that like button. We hit 40 last show. For football, we hit that pretty quick. But obviously, baseball is coming, coming into that fun stretch here. We're getting close to playoffs. So if you could, hit that like button, and we'll be back on Monday talking another round of MLB. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you Monday for some more plays, props, everything. We'll be ready for it. So have a good one, guys, and best of luck this weekend.